What up, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I just need to talk about something real quick. I'm 100% wearing a Christmas shirt. I totally thought that this was a different shirt of mine that's pink, and I was like, oh, spring vibes, you know, but instead I ended up in a Christmas shirt. Did I have the energy or the care to change before you guys came to my house? Absolutely not. So I'm rocking a Christmas shirt today. Everything's great. We're doing great over here. Thriving as always. Today's video, another grocery haul. I did the Kroger delivery service again. They dropped off my groceries at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was able to prep all the veggies before the children even woke up. It was beautiful. In addition to the haul, I'm gonna be making two recipes with you today. One of them is a Crockpot Minestrone Soup. If you're intimidated by cooking and somehow you landed on an algorithm and this video is now in your lap, please let this be the recipe that you try. I think that soup is perfect for beginner cooks because soup is so forgiving. It's very difficult to mess up soup because you can dump in pretty much anything that you want. When I have stuff that's starting to look a little suspicious in my fridge, I tend to turn to soup because I can chop it up, throw it in there, and nobody is wiser, okay? The only thing I think you can mess up when it comes to soup is putting too much salt. So just be careful with the salt, taste as you go, but seriously, soup would be a great place to start. And this recipe I think is foolproof. It's all made in the crock pot. I do personally make my pasta separately. I make it in a completely different pot and I store the pasta completely separately in a little bit of avocado oil. The reason why I do this is I cannot stand soggy pasta. So I keep the pasta separate. Then when I go to serve the soup, I put a little pasta down and pour the soup over it. You totally could put the pasta in the crock pot and just have it all be a one pot thing. But like I said, that's just a personal preference of mine. The other thing that we're gonna be making is not my own recipe, so it will be linked down below, but it's a Dutch Oven Crusty Bread. If you are a beginner cook, this might seem a little bit intimidating, but hopefully I can show you in the video that this takes more time than it takes effort. You just basically need to allow enough time for the dough to rise, so it's really not a complicated recipe. If you are a super beginner and it does intimidate you, feel free to just grab some bread at the store to serve along the soup, or there's already pasta in it. So technically, you don't even really need bread, but come on. I like a little bit of butter on some bread dipped in minestrone soup. Come on. You can't not do that, you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, my friends, we have an exciting Kroger delivery order this morning. I spent, I want to say it was $65, possibly. I'll put the amount on the screen in case anyone was curious. John informed me we were out of sliced cheese and these were on sale if you bought two. So I grabbed Colby Jack and sharp cheddar. We also ran out of eggs. Even though we just went to Costco like all of 10 days ago, we ran out of eggs. So we're gonna have to go back to Costco again. This is kind of a joke at this point. I mean, I should be used to it, but having 3 toddlers, I didn't expect them to eat at a teenager rate, and apparently they do. Over here, mild Italian sausage. This was on sale. And anytime I see meats on sale and stuff that I don't generally grab at Costco, I will grab here. So Italian sausage is something I don't usually pick up at Costco. So I grabbed one of those. We've been loving these little petite gold potatoes as like an easy side. I can chop them in half and then throw them in the crock pot with like a roast or something and they cook really easy. I also did like a little pantry restock. So I got some water chestnuts. I love making this in like egg roll in a bowl. And I recently made a super delicious lettuce cup recipe. I will link both of the videos for those recipes down below, but I swear the star ingredient is these water chestnuts because they give like a little bit of crunch without affecting the flavor in any way. I got some pineapple chunks also to replenish my pantry. I got a bunch of pasta. Elbow macaroni and ditalini are the two that I make the most because I don't have to worry about chopping them up for the kids or anything. The ditalini, in case you have small kids, you can see how small that is. Also, if you wanted to make like a minestrone soup, that is like the perfect pasta for it. Then, these zesty Italian packets, these work out perfectly as seasoning. So if you ever need like a quick, easy meal idea, I swear there's something special about these. It's probably like propane fuel or something that's inside it because I don't think these are the cleanest things ever. Hey, it's not that bad, you know? There's that gum stuff in it, but it's not that bad. The ingredients are at least not that long. But anyways, this is one I like to have on hand, and they're cheap. So that's that. Over here, I got some sweet potato for the kids. This is like their favorite starchy type thing. I give it to them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They just love sweet potato. And I'm not going to complain because there's plenty of good nutrients in it. A onion, I pretty much always grab an onion when I'm grabbing groceries from here, and then also bell pepper. Both of these are perfect for like a multitude of recipes that I make. Bananas, always need them over here. Shredded carrots, I grabbed this because kind of like the water chestnuts, I've found that I've been using this in more of like the Asian based recipes lately, so I grabbed some of those. Cucumbers and romaine lettuce, these are both for salads. John and I are both obsessed with salads right now, and I'm not mad about it. Butternut squash, I grabbed this because the kids love sweet potatoes, and they used to love butternut squash. I just haven't made it in a while, so I figured it's similar to sweet potato where it has that sweet and savory type vibe, so I grabbed some of that. And then Honeycrisp apples, John has been eating those like crazy, so I grabbed a bag of those. I got a lime. No real reason. I was just thinking I'll probably do something with like the onion, bell pepper, and lime, some type of a Mexican vibe maybe. Got a couple things of broccoli for the kids. Also, kiwis, oh my word, these were $5.50 per carton. But my oldest is obsessed with kiwi right now, and I don't want to go back to Costco, so I bit the bullet and I grabbed 2 boxes of that for now. But the price is definitely better at warehouse stores, but they also didn't have regular, they only had organic, which I try my best to give mostly organic stuff anyway. But $5.50? That's aggressive. And then last but not least, I grabbed some raspberries because the twins have been super into raspberries in the morning. For some reason, Oliver doesn't like them, and he doesn't not like a lot of things. So it's weird to me, but they have been liking it. So I grabbed that. So that's everything from Kroger today. Okay, friends, we are making a minestrone soup in the crock pot. As I mentioned in the intro, you're going to notice that this will not be in the crock pot, and that is because I always make my pasta separate, store it separately in some avocado oil so it doesn't get soggy. In terms of ingredients, a lot of this, you guys, if you don't have it, it's not that big of a deal. That's what's beautiful about soup. Just clean out your own fridge. That is clearly what I'm doing here. I've got some Italian sausage, but you could use ground beef. I'm also putting in some pancetta, but you do not have to do that, or you could use bacon. We're going to be using an onion and a red bell pepper that has clearly seen better days. Another thing I love about soup is being able to use up produce that is on its last leg, which is what we're doing with this baby spinach here. That's going to be tossed in, completely optional. I'm also going to be using a can of fire roasted crushed tomatoes, but I do have some cherry tomatoes that I'm going to cut in half and get in there because those are looking a little worse for wear. All of these seasonings over here can be adapted as well. I'm using a zesty Italian packet. I love these. I'm also going to be using some red pepper flakes, a spicy garlic type seasoning, but you could just use Italian seasoning. I'll use a couple of bay leaves and hope that I remember to fish it out at the end. We've got some paprika, some salt and pepper. We're going to use some minced garlic. I'm also tossing in some butternut squash. This is completely optional, but we're going to be cooking this for the kids anyway, so I'm just going to reserve a couple cups for this soup. You could do sweet potato if you wanted to. I just thawed out some green beans that I had in my freezer, so those are going to go in there, as well as some white beans that I got from the freezer. These are fully cooked white beans, but you could just use a canned bean if you wanted to, and any kind is fine. Red, kidney bean, cannellini, whatever. And then ditalini is the pasta we're going to be using. So we're going to get this party started. We start off cooking these two with the diced onion and the diced pepper and the garlic. That is how I'm going to get the party started until this is fully cooked. And then everything else will go in the hot tub once I've drained off some of the grease from this guy. So you're going to watch this party go down. It's going to be delicious. I'm so excited.
I want you close, maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. We ride around in style, sleeves rolled up, glasses on. And then you make that smile and my heart starts racing when I'm with you. When I'm with you. Like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. heels on, and I'm wearing my worn out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, 'cause my heart starts racing when I'm with you. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. A never-ending sunshine. You know I want you close. Maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. Never-ending sunshine.
All right, you guys, here we have the very simple Dutch oven bread. There are literally only 4 ingredients in it. We have some unbleached all-purpose flour. This is my favorite flour. I notice a difference when I bake with it. Also, anytime I bake, I always use Himalayan pink salt, so we'll be using that. We have some active dry yeast and then some warm water. I'm going to be mixing everything in my KitchenAid with the dough hook, and then we will let this rise. I'm going to take a shortcut and get it in an oven with a light on, which helps it rise a little bit faster because I didn't allow myself enough time to let it rise the normal way. So we're just going to speed the process a little bit.
Guess I was an easy one to fool. Blue-eyed and blonde, just a regular tool. But some things you just don't realize. Even though they're happening right in front of your eyes. I'm not even sure just what went wrong. All I know, I've stayed here for too long. Some tears are softer than others. Sometimes even gold can rust. Some flags will suddenly change colors, and that's what makes it hard to know just what to trust. When even gold can rust.
Okay, you're going to be seeing the oven popping open and closed a lot here, so I just wanted to explain. I'm using a Dutch oven to cook this bread, and the recipe has you preheat the Dutch oven in the oven. I know that sounds weird, but that's why you're seeing it. So I preheated the Dutch oven, stuck the bread in it, put the bread in the oven, covered, and you cook it for a certain amount of time. The recipe will be linked down below. Covered. And then you uncover it, put it back in the oven, and then it gets like that beautiful golden brown crusty top to it. So anyways, that just explains what's happening in these clips. I'm sure you could use something besides a Dutch oven. I personally got mine at Macy's on sale. I think it's Martha Stewart brand. I'm not one of the fancy ones. I'd love to have one of those really fancy ones someday. But this one was on sale during Christmas or something. I grabbed it and we use it so often. It's something that I would definitely recommend looking into.
Sometimes even gold can rust. Some flags will suddenly change color. That's what makes it hard to know just what to trust. When all that you believed has turned to dust. Even gold can rust.
Sir, first of all, before we get into the tape test, I'd like to ask you what you had to say about me saying that I wanted to reuse this container to store the soup. Tell people. What is this, show and tell? I only do the show and tells.
See this stack? This is half the lids of all the throwaway containers.
They don't have to be disposable. Waste not, want not, John.
What did I call? I said.
You call me Cody.
She said. Okay. Caitlin said. She looks at me and she goes, "Just so you know, I'm gonna reuse that one container that we had the beans in." And I turned and looked at the container, and it's definitely used, and it has white beans written on the top. And all I said was, "You are so Portuguese," because that is a Portuguese thing to do. Just throw it away and use another one.
No, you save Cool Whip containers, sour cream containers.
Yes.
There's gonna be people in the comments that know what I'm talking about. Light him up, guys. Let him know.
Come at me.
All right, so here, sir. Here, your Portuguese wife made you an Italian soup for dinner with a crusty bread that I made in the Dutch oven.
Okay.
This is a minestrone soup
Minestrone.
with some ditalini pasta.
Are you sure you're Portuguese and not Italian?
Ancestry.com has some things to say about it. My dad is not happy, but it did report some Italian in us.
Ooh.
You gotta dippy the bread, man.
Yeah, this sauce is delicious.
The soup.
Like the
The broth part.
Sorry, sauce.
Well, I
broth.
mean, it's kind of sauce.
We already know how I feel about your bread.
I was a little nervous though, because it was looking a little shaggy, but it pulled together. So, listen to that crunch.
Some ASMR here.
John recently learned what ASMR is. Is it just happiness on a plate right now?
Yeah.
Is it spicy?
No.
Is it like zesty?
Do you think this is spicy?
No, I don't think it's spicy.
Okay.
But I want people that are watching to know, because although you have a high spice tolerance, I also have like a little bit. You know, some people can't handle any spice. I know you think I know.
You have a little bit.
Yeah, but there's some people that can't handle buffalo sauce, John. So some people that cannot handle medium salsa.
Well, I can't handle buffalo sauce.
No, you don't like buffalo sauce. You can handle the spice.
Yeah, the spice is okay.
You
I
just
don't
don't
like the
like
buffalo
it.
flavor.
That's you're on a different path, sir. We're talking about spice tolerance here, not you being a weirdo and not liking vinegar. because-
Why am I a weirdo?
I'm just
Because I don't
kidding.
like vinegar.
Anyways, let's talk more about the
I'm
soup.
back on track. More on the soup.
So can I just tell you all of the things that are in it? So there's spinach, there's green beans,
Yep.
there's white beans, there's butternut squash.
We know there's white beans because there's a.
Yeah, because of the container. There's carrots and tomatoes. You know those tomatoes that you never got to eating? Your Portuguese wife that doesn't waste anything, she chopped them up and put them in the soup. Okay?
I'm just gonna take my bread and leave.
What do you think? Scale 1 to 10.
A 50.
A 50?
I mean, I feel like that's still under.
Do you, okay, so I added a couple tablespoons of sugar. I was not planning on doing that, but do you think that
I
like,
would
it's got,
not
like, a
change
little-
anything about this.
nothing? It's a perfect.
This is perfect.
It's perfect for you.
Perfect.
Like, could have been served at a Michelin star restaurant.
I've never been to a Michelin star restaurant.
We're not in that tax
Nor do
bracket.
I ever plan to be in a Michelin star restaurant. But if I was to imagine being ever in a Michelin star restaurant, I would say this would make it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for your feedback, sir.
Anytime.
As always.
I'm here to help.
Thank you so much. All right, you guys, thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I appreciate it so much. If you're new here and enjoyed this video, feel free to check out the rest of my channel because I do have plenty more videos just like it. And to everyone, I hope I delivered whatever you needed when you clicked on that thumbnail, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye.